Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever this video flows on your timeline, or hey, girl, hey, whenever you come over and decide to do your daily Proverbs reading, welcome. Get your coffee. I got my coffee. Get in your comfy spot. Y'all know what time it is. It's that time for our daily Proverbs reading. And of course, it's June 26th. So we're reading Proverbs 26, and we're going to get right into it. Let me just introduce myself to anyone who is hearing this recording for the last time, my first time. My name is Barbara from Bible with Barbara, and I show up here daily to record the reading of the Proverbs. And so today is the 26th. We're reading Proverbs 26. I recorded live for the simple objective of recording it so that my team, the crew, can come over later and read it together with me. So if this is your first time here, welcome. Subscribe, hit the notification button so you can be notified whenever I do drop the reading. Good morning. So let's get right into it. I hope you got your coffee, or if it's in the afternoon or the evening when you hear it, get your get your favorite drink, girl. Get your favorite drink and go ahead and get into your cozy spot. Y'all, today is Proverbs 26, and yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this before we get started. Proverbs 26 again is coming to snatch our edges. It is really coming to what? Talk about self-control and turning away from our foolish ways of living. And y'all, I thought I would, before I came live today, I said, let me just look up and do some research on exactly what a fool is considered according to biblical principles, right? So we show up here every day, and often, I think almost every day, and we're on our 26th day of reading the Proverbs, we mention what the Bible calls a fool, who the Bible labels as a fool. And so, just in case you've been here and you've been coming here and you've been listening to the commentary and you've been even listening to me call myself a fool, because yeah, I have foolish ways that I live by, right? And that's why I'm in the Proverbs to correct those ways, right? So we're gonna just say those foolish ways were a thing of my past. But I wanted to read the definition that I went and researched before I hit the live button. What is a fool? A fool isn't just someone who lacks intelligence, but a fool, hey Bree, is that how you say your name? Good morning. But a fool is someone who lacks wisdom, particularly spiritual wisdom and understanding of God's way. It also said that a fool is often described as rejecting God's instructions, acting impulsively, lacking self-control. And there go that lacking self-control again. I know we've been here every day. Every day we show up, it seems that Proverbs at some point or another takes us around lacking self-control. Self-control, if you think about it, has a lot to do with mostly all of our decisions, all of our actions, thus all of our consequences in life. And I remember one time when it says this chapter is really about acting impulsively when it's describing a fool. I remember a time that it applied to me financially, right? I would just go and I would be shopping, and I would just be window shopping, if you will, online. And I would see things and I would just pay for it. I wouldn't put any thought into it. I wouldn't look to see what the price was. I didn't look to see if it was something that I really need. I was just impulsively shopping. And the Holy Spirit said, stop making hasty decisions. So, y'all, this lacking self-control and acting impulsively, it can apply to any area of our lives. And so I just wanted to get out there what the definition of a fool was according to the Bible. So let's go ahead and jump right into Proverbs 26 is what we're reading today. And y'all, I think it's good. I already read it. I've been up for about 2 hours this morning just reading it, just kind of going over it. And I think it's pretty good. It's really good. Again, it's coming to get us together. Remember, Proverbs is not one of those books where it's for you to read it and look at others' behavior and characteristics. It's for you to self-check, for you to see where you need to do some corrections at, right? Okay, so 26 and 1. Honor is no more associated with fools than snow with summer or rain with harvest. So we already know what it's saying is trying to give honor to a fool, trying to give accolades and commend a fool is so out of order, right? It's so far from the truth that it metaphorically compares it to snow in the summer or rain with harvest, right? Because we know that you're not going to more than likely see snow in in the summertime, and you're really not going to see rain in the harvest. But of course, you know, seasons nowadays are changing. But what it's saying metaphorically is that's something that you should rarely expect to see. And so what it's saying is honor is no more associated with food. So you should not expect a fool to be receiving honor. Right? That's what it's saying here. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse will not land on its intended victim. So it's saying, you know, we worry about people saying word curses and saying evil things towards us and wishing us bad. What it's saying is that if you are innocent, if you covered under the blood, if you are a child of the Most High God and you have not done wrong to that person and they are just viciously for no reason, right, with trying to place something evil on you or say something evil towards you, or perhaps just wishing you, right, like wishing some of your plans and your dreams don't happen. It's saying, don't worry, that it can't touch you. They can speak and they can say it and they can try, but it will never succeed. They will never land on an innocent person. So it's here telling you, be confident. Don't be worried about the wickedness of others, okay? Let's continue to go. I think I'm going to do some commentary from the women's. Let's put a pin in it really quick. I'm sorry. I should have told you guys what Bible I'm reading from, because you know I switch up my Bible so much with the Proverbs just for more mundane understanding, simple understanding. So today I'm reading the Spiritual Growth Bible, the NLT version, New Living Translation. But I'm going to be reading commentary from my Women's Study Bible, and that's the English Standard Version Bible. So just wanted to clarify that up because I need to say that, because I'm always changing Bibles, the translation based upon what I'm reading in Proverbs. So yeah, we're going to be doing some commentary from that particular Bible to this time as well. So let's get back into it. 26:3. Got a horse with the whip, a donkey with the bridle, and a fool with the rod to his back. So it's basically saying the way that you correct a fool's behavior, their negative, wicked behavior, is with a rod to his back. Verse 4. Don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become as foolish as they are. Be sure to answer the foolish arguments of fools, or they will become wise in their own estimation. So when I read that, I was like, okay, hold up now. You just said don't answer the fools, don't answer the arguments of a fool. But then the very next verse 5 says to answer a fool. And so, of course, I went to get some commentary on it. And it says, at first, these verses seem to contradict each other, but the fact that they are grouped together shows that they do not. Rather, they cover two situations. So the reader, you and I, must determine when it's best to answer a fool, or when to ignore him or her, and when to answer him. He must be answered if silence would cause harm to the fool or to others. So basically it's saying you need to have on your spiritual discernment, your cap. You need to put on your discernment cap, right? That's going to go back probably to like what we said last week when we talked about having boundaries and knowing when to answer and when not to answer. And it also is going to tap into that self-control, right? Because sometimes, right, people can catch us at the wrong time in the wrong moment, and we can kind of be in our feelings and we don't exercise that self-control. But what it is saying overall in totality is use discernment. Know when to respond to a fool and know when not to respond to a fool. Know when to be into those conversations and when not to. And sometimes you got to know when to just cut it down, shut it down, and when to walk away. And today's Proverbs is saying why we should know when and when not to, because it says to answer a fool in a foolish argument, to correct them when it could cause harm to themselves or to someone else, it's very much necessary, right? But if you see that argument is just a bunch of chatter that don't matter, it's just a bunch of wasted words, it says don't even bother to correct that fool. Ooh, I love the Proverbs. Let's keep going. Verse 6. Trusting a fool to convey a message is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison. In essence, it's like asking for pain and problems. It's like asking for pain and problems, y'all. Let's continue to move. Verse 7, Proverbs 6:26, verse 7. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is as useless as a paralyzed leg. Oh, it's not going much where. A proverb in the mouth of a fool is as useless as a paralyzed leg. Come on, y'all. This is just saying Proverbs is wisdom. So in the mouth of a fool is as useless as a paralyzed leg. You can't do nothing with the paralyzed leg. With the paralyzed leg, you're going nowhere, right? It can't be moved. It can't help you. It's paralyzed. And so wisdom in the mouth of a fool is the same. It's useless. It's pointless. So don't waste your time. Verse 8. Honoring a fool is as foolish as tying a stone to a slingshot. A proverb in the mouth of a fool, here we go again, is like a thorny branch brandished by a drunk. Here go, listen, verse 7 and verse 9 is talking about the proverb in the mouth of a fool. It's useless. Don't bother. Don't bother. I think yesterday we learned not to correct them. Don't even worry about it. Verse 11, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. Because he don't want to become wise. She don't want to become wise. She don't have the desire to learn to get better. So she's going to return back to her same characteristics, her same behavior. Whew. Is this not good? Ooh. Verse 12, there is more hope for fools than for people who think that they are wise. Let's read the commentary on that. Even more hopeless than the situation of the fool that we talked about in verse 11 is the situation of the stubbornly unteachable person who is wise in his or her own eyes. Oh my God. Let me read that commentary for you guys again. Even more hopeless than the situation of the fool. And remember, we talked about the fool in verse 11, which is just the verse before. And at the beginning of this recording, I gave you the definition of a fool. So just think about the definition that I gave you of a fool, or go back and listen to it. It's saying even more hopeless than the situation of a fool is the situation of the stubbornly unteachable person who is wise in his own eyes, the person who think they know it all, the person who you can't tell nothing to, the person who you can't give your little bitty wisdom and experience and knowledge to, because they don't want to be receptive to it from you, because they know it all. They've done it, they did it, they know it. Good morning, Pickle. We're just reading Proverbs 26 together. Verse 13. The lazy person claims, there's a lion on the road. Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. Metaphorically speaking, it's just saying a lazy person comes up with any excuse of why they can't do something, why they can't get it done. Any excuse. And so they'll come up and they'll say, oh, I know for sure that this is what's going to happen. I know that this is taking place. I know that I don't have to get up and do it today. They will have an excuse. And so this verse is just telling us a lazy person will for sure say, there's a lion out there. I can't get up and go. I can't do it. Not today. Verse 14. As a door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in the bed, just back and forth, just back and forth, one side to the other, just stand there, not doing anything, not trying to get up, not even attempting. Lazy people, come on, Proverbs is snatching lazy people together again today. Lazy people take food in their hand, but don't even lift it to their mouth. Verse 16, lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. I think I should have looked up the definition according to the Bible of lazy people. Just as I looked up the biblical definition of a fool. Let's see what the commentary says. These proverbs, these last couple of verses, focusing on the sluggard, the lazy person, is saying he looks ridiculous in his laziness, even while considering himself wise. So he may be coming up with excuses of why he can't get up and why he don't need to do anything. Remember, in the 2 verses ahead, he said, "Oh no, it's a lion out there. It's for sure a lion out there." He for sure has a legitimate excuse. She for sure has a legitimate excuse of why they can't accomplish it, why they can't get it done. So the commentary is saying that this sluggard, this lazy person, they look ridiculous in their laziness, even though they consider themselves wise. And it's saying, and metaphorically speaking, in fearing the lion in that comparison, he uses a remote possibility of danger, right, as an excuse for not working. Let's continue to go on. Verse 17, interfering in someone else's argument is as foolish as yanking a dog's ear, because you're looking to get attacked. If you just think about it, if you got a dog walking by you and you yank and pull that dog's ear, that dog is going to attack you. But while that dog is walking by and the owner has him, tied up to a leash, he's safe. You're safe. You're good. Keep walking. Keep passing. Mind your business. Don't go looking for trouble. Ooh. Okay, Holy Spirit. Don't go looking for trouble. That was just laid in my spirit, y'all, because I really wasn't finna say that. So don't go looking for trouble. Keep walking. Mind your business. Follow your path. Let's see if there's some commentary on that. That's 26:17. Let's see if there's some commentary. Yep, there is some. Someone who stands behind a passing dog and grabs it by the ears is temporarily safe from harm, but he is actually trapped because the angry dog will attack him when he lets go. Let's just keep walking. Keep walking, keep minding your business. Because if not, if you grab the tail of that dog, you're looking to get attacked and perhaps bitten. If you get into a situation that doesn't concern you, that doesn't involve you, you're looking to get what? Attacked. You're looking for confusion, for chaos, right? So just mind your business. Just keep going. Verse 18, just as damaging as a madman shooting a deadly weapon is someone who lies to a friend and then says, "I was only joking." Now that is scary. I got to read that one again. Just as damaging as a madman shooting a deadly weapon is someone who lies to a friend and then says, "I was only joking." Y'all, you ever had somebody who you thought was a friend, but they was just a gaslighting, liar, manipulative, deceitful? It's just saying those people are as dangerous as somebody with a weapon. And I don't know if y'all got a friend like that. It's not really a friend, but I had somebody in my life who I thought was a friend. And they turned out to be just as dangerous as a person with a loaded weapon. Every time they did something, every time they said something, they always said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was joking. It wasn't like that. It's not as you think. It's not as you see." Whew. Separate yourselves from them. Wisdom. Wisdom. I love the Proverbs. Let's keep going. Verse 20. Fire goes out without wood, and quarrels disappear when gossips stop. A quarrelsome person starts fights and as easily as hot embers light coals or fire lights wood. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. Verse 23, smooth words may hide a wicked heart just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. So let me get some coffee, y'all. So when I was reading verse 23, I actually went and looked it up, did some research on it because I couldn't really understand it right off the rip. Smooth words may hide a wicked heart, just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. And what it's saying is that when you think about a glaze, right? I went and looked it up, and it says, let me just read to you what it says. It says, glazing over the truth, okay? It says, in modern times, clay pottery was often glazed to improve its appearance. But glaze could also be used to hide poor craftsmanship. It is this dishonest use that is described in verse 23. So what it's saying is the person who could be saying things to you that actually has a wicked heart, even though they don't mean you well, they can be saying, oh girl, yeah. Oh, it's good, all is good. Oh yeah, no. They can be saying something to you, but their heart is wicked. Their intentions is not for your good. The intent is for your bad, right? They don't really like you, but they pretend, hey, how you doing? But their heart is saying, oh, why is she here? Hey, Batman, good morning. And so it's saying, smooth words may hide a wicked heart, just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. So that glaze in ancient times was used to hide imperfections. Whenever the craftsman would make a mistake on something, instead of redoing it, instead of making it over, right? They would just put some glaze over it to hide the imperfections, which is what? Deceit. And so this Proverbs is saying, so it is with the person who has smooth words, but have a wicked heart. Verse 24, people may cover their hatred with pleasant words, but they are deceiving you. They pretend to be kind, but don't believe them. Their hearts are full of many evils. While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, their wrongdoings will be exposed in public. Oh, come on. While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, so they may be tricking you, but their wrongdoing will be exposed in public. God will expose them. Come on. Come on. Exposure is coming. It's coming. If you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you instead. A lying tongue hates its victims, and flattering words cause ruin. I'm going to read verse 27 again. If you set a trap for others, you will get caught in it yourself. So the trap that you set for others, that's your trap. You can't see it. You can't discern it. You can't receive it. But the trap that you set for others, right? That's the trap that you're going to fall in. If you roll a boulder down on others, it will crush you. You're trying to bring other people down. You're trying to tear other people down. That's your portion. Ooh, it's too early in the morning for this. Ooh, everything you're saying is true. Amen, Batman. Amen. Ooh, that was hot. That was good. That was really good, y'all. Come on. Be careful of your words. Be careful of your actions. Don't set traps for other people. Don't try to tear other people down with your words, with your wicked heart, but you're using smooth words. You're trying to cover up your intentions, which are not pure. Come on. Let me see what the commentary said. If it has any that was good, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that was good for me and Batman. That was really good. Oh, that was good. They didn't have any commentary on that. I'm sad about that. But y'all, that's going to be it for Proverbs 26. Let me see what the verse of today is going to be. So I'm going to choose verse 21, dealing with quarrelsome people, as the verse of today. And so let's go back and read verse 21. As charcoal to hot embers and wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome man for kindling strife, right? Stay away from starting gossip and starting problems and starting confusion. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. And if you're struggling with that because of something that you're dealing with personally, get into some prayer. Talk to the Father. Ask him to drive it out. Ask him to deliver you from that thing. Today's Proverbs is calling and commanding us not to live in those foolish and wicked ways, not to be a person who starts quarrelsome, who goes and keep up mischief, right? Ask God to give you a clean heart, a pure heart. And so, y'all, that's going to be it for today. Again, if this is your first time catching this recording, I show up here daily to read the Proverbs, whatever date it is. See you later, Batman. Thank you for joining me. Whatever day it is, it correlates with the date. So tomorrow we'll be back to read Proverbs 27. Again, follow, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.